Get a wrap of the international news. Here's Joyce Ohaja with Around the World in 5.
Good evening. Tensions are growing over Venezuela, with Russia accusing the U.S. of amassing troops on the border. Moscow says it has proof that special forces and equipment have been deployed, sparking fears of a possible invasion. Danny Vucinovic reports.
Frustration on Venezuela's borders. Clashes as soldiers stop trucks. The military ordered to prevent foreign aid getting through. The president, Nicolas Maduro, believes some countries are plotting with the US to overthrow him. Allowing them in could lead to a coup. The main border with Brazil was also closed. The government there says it will airlift its humanitarian supplies. And thousands of motorists are now trying to get to Colombia, where crowds are gathering to demonstrate.
This is the way to San Antonio, so they want to stop people here so they don't join the Great March and screw things up. Maduro's days are numbered. He's been disgraceful.
Juan Guaido, recognised as the rightful leader by dozens of countries, is also on a mission. His convoy was seen heading to Colombia, determined to return with food and medicine. The stage is set for a massive showdown with 2 concerts scheduled this weekend. On the Colombian side, thousands of people have been flooding in for an event organised by British billionaire Richard Branson. He hopes to raise $100 million to support those in need.
What we're hoping is that the authorities in Venezuela will see this wonderful, peaceful concert, and that the soldiers will do the right thing and let much-needed medical help that has been donated from many South American countries to people who desperately need it.
The rival event, Hands Off Venezuela, has been organised by Maduro. He denies his country is in crisis, but he's still raising money for aid. Danny Vucinovic, Channels Television News.
Authorities in Bangladesh have started collecting DNA to help identify the victims of a huge fire in the capital. A special prayer service was held for the dozens killed in the early hours of Thursday morning, most of them trapped as flames and explosions ripped through the buildings. Investigators are still trying to determine a cause. Protesters demonstrating over a disputed islet clash with police in southern Japan. They're demanding the government to do more to regain control of the territory from South Korea. The family of Islamic State bride Shamima Begum is working to bring her newborn baby to the UK. The teenager, who's been stripped of her British citizenship, gave birth to the boy last weekend. A letter has been written to the Home Secretary, Sajid Javid, saying the family plans to challenge his decision. They say while they're sickened by the comments she's made, they can't abandon her. A man who drove a car into dozens of pedestrians, killing 6 people in Melbourne, has been jailed for life with a minimum non-parole period of 46 years. The judge described James Gargazula's actions in January 2017 as one of the worst examples of mass murder in Australian history.
There is no excuse for murder. If you are a danger to society, you should never be allowed to roam free. This sentence is not harsh enough.
A judge in Chicago has described allegations of a hoax hate crime as despicable and utterly outrageous. American actor Jussie Smollett appeared in court charged with making a false claim, saying he was the victim of a racist and homophobic attack. Police say he concocted the story because he was dissatisfied with his salary. He denies the charge of felony disorderly conduct.
Empire actor Jussie Smollett took advantage of the pain and anger of racism to promote his career. I'm left hanging my head and asking why. Why would anyone, especially an African-American man, use the symbolism of a noose to make false accusations?
And finally, some fake news ahead of the highly anticipated summit in Vietnam next week. The not real Donald Trump turned a few heads when he met someone with an uncanny resemblance to Kim Jong-un. The meeting set off a media frenzy, everyone keen to find out how talks between the US and North Korea will go.
Last time they did it in Singapore, which is kind of his territory. Now you're on my territory with my comrades.
And that's your international news around the world in 5.
Real fake news. Thank you, Joyce. Now let's head over for some sports news. Here's Olumide Macaulay.
Thank you, Millicent. Welcome to Sports News. Barcelona forward Ashishat Oshoala and Desire Akbaranoze are back in the Super Falcons squad for the Cyprus Cup after missing out on the Wuhan Invitational in January. Both players, along with the others invited by coach Thomas Daneby, are to convene in Abuja, where they will commence preparations for the pre-World Cup tournament before departing for Cyprus on Sunday. The Super Falcons will face Austria in their first group stage match on Wednesday, before further games against Slovakia on Friday and Belgium on Monday. Nigeria's Flying Eagles will know their group stage opponents for the FIFA Under-20 World Cup finals on Sunday. The 7-time African champions are in Part 2 for the draw, alongside African champions Mali, as well as New Zealand, Colombia, Korea and Italy. There will be 6 groups of 4 teams each, with the top 2 advancing to the round of 16. The best 4 third-place teams will also progress to the last 16. Arsenal striker Alexander Lacazette has been suspended for 3 matches following his red card against Bate Borisov in their round of 32 first-leg clash. The 27-year-old was dismissed for elbowing Alexander Filipovic in the 86th minute. He will miss 2 games against Rennes, having served a 1-match ban in the second leg win over Bate Borisov. Staying with football, Chelsea have confirmed they will appeal FIFA's decision to ban them from registering new players for the next 2 transfer windows. FIFA found Chelsea guilty of breaching rules regarding the signings of 29 under-18 players, but the West London club have categorically refuted the findings of FIFA's disciplinary committee and will therefore be appealing the decision. The appeal will be heard by FIFA's appeal committee, while Chelsea can also appeal to the Court of Arbitration for Sport. That's it on Sports News. Millicent, back to you.
Thanks, Lumide. And the main news again. Ahead of the big day tomorrow, Nigerians have another opportunity to exercise their franchise as they elect the President and National Assembly members. Also today, President Buhari in a nationwide broadcast asked Nigerians to keep faith with INEC ahead of tomorrow's exercise. Plus, ECOWAS monitors give INEC thumbs up. Lead monitor Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf says so far INEC had demonstrated preparedness to conduct a credible exercise. And that's news at 10 tonight. Many thanks for watching. I'm Millicent Walker. Have a good night.